Your kitty kitty on regular radio. Now it's here.
You're listening to Unregular Radio. The following program is mature content intended for adults only. The views, opinions, and thoughts expressed here are not necessarily those of Unregular Radio, its staff, or its affiliates. Furthermore, do not attempt to recreate any of the situations described, as it may prove physically, legally, or financially harmful. And as always, thank you for listening to Unregular Radio.
Welcome to the Drug Culture. I'm Carl Caswell, a political worker here on behalf of the millions of people, a culture of people who use drugs. The drug laws was made to stop the people from using them. It didn't work. People still use drugs. If anything, the drug laws help make the abuse by not offering safe use. Drugs are used without any way of safe administration throughout history. Cultures have made bad choices. Making drugs illegal to use was a mistake. Why? Because people still use them. Now millions of people use them. A culture of people. We were given a gift, that the feeling that drugs can make and bring to people. We should use this gift to help benefit people's life. I offer the freedom of choice, of safe use. This freedom of choice we all have. No laws will ever take that away. So it's better to give the liberty of a safer, better way than saying people can't, and giving crime control of the drugs that these people use. Millions of people use them. So we have the knowledge, we have the technology. All we need is the freedom.
Millions of people, a culture of people, use drugs. We're organizing for political rights to get down here and help. Revolution starts. Revolution starts. Me and that M16, set up the perimeter. There's been a war on drugs, and we're winning. I'm Carl Caswell on the front line fighting for your freedom. Enough of the games. We're here to get the people their political rights.
Ich werd's der Schmerzen kennt. Vom Feuer, das den Geist verbrennt. Bang, bang! Gefährlich, das gebrannte Kind mit Feuer, das vom Leben trennt. Ein heißer Schrei. Bang, bang! Feuer, Feuer!
Ist nicht meine, ist mein
Fire that sparked the flame of liberty, our political rights, a culture of people made up of millions. The people who used drugs were not represented when they made the drug laws. Drug laws didn't work. It didn't stop people from using drugs. Whatever happened to laws to help the people? Millions of people, a culture of people use these drugs. There's a safer, better way than having the drugs out on the street with no control. We have the knowledge, we have the ability to offer a safer, better way. Join us in our battle for our freedom, for our rights.
Let's try to have drugs used to benefit life, benefit life, benefit life.
Du hast mich. Du hast mich. Du hast mich. Du hast mich. Du hast mich gefragt. Du hast mich gefragt. Du hast mich gefragt und ich hab nichts gesagt. bis der Tod euch scheide, treu sein für alle Tage. Nein, nein, willst du bis zum Tod der Scheide sie leben auch in schlechten Tagen? Nein, nein, willst du bis der Tod euch scheide, treu sein? Nein, nein.
You ask me, why are we angry? Our people are being addicted and forced to pay black market price for the drugs they now need. Why don't they set our people free? They have a right. Millions of people. The drug laws that help make the abuse. They don't work. our rights. Watch out, we're starting to fight.
We begin today with breaking news.
It's legal now. We're offering a safer, better way for people to get high. They gave us back our liberty in the pursuit of happiness and freedom of choice. They gave us back our political rights. We're now a culture of people that got our freedom. Oh no, bad news. They took liberty away. They're using drugs to enslave our people and taking away their rights.
You best go with the flow, for resistance is futile. It merely sharpens the blade.
They're gonna legalize it.
And while we at it, let's give it a new name, right?
Political freedom.
The Undersound. Hear this! When you listen to this on that beat, you might think this music without me. I take you if you dare, open your mind, so you will understand what two worlds combine. What we're doing is the riot. Slow down the tempo, such up the king. Deeper in following, fill up the air. Almost like you're walking, surround you everywhere. It's building up, the tension is growing. Prepare yourself for something big. Mind blowing. Take the boy around, got you on the ground. It's a revolution at the underground sound. Sound.
Offer the liberty and freedom of choice for people to use drugs if they like, safer, better way.
Of our existence. Travel through the wonderland of ancient history, sacred geometry, and new discoveries. Experience the essence of life, leading to the next dimensional world.
There's a war on drugs, and there's a war on people use them. Culture people. They want their liberty, their rights, their freedom of choice, to be offered safe use. Whatever happened to laws for the people, by the people. The laws were made without representation of the culture people. The people want their political freedom, their political rights. spark of liberty.
Take a look.
Charlie 3-1, this is Lima 490. We've got a potential hostile situation here. Requesting immediate backup at Mike Bravo 4587.
Warning to the prophet, the liar, the honest. This is war. Oh, to the leader, the pariah, the victor, the messiah. This is war. Nothing. It's the moment of truth and the moment to lie. To live in the moment to die. The moment to fight. The moment to fight. To fight. To fight. To fight. To the left. We will fight. To the death. To the edge. On the earth. It's a brand new world. From the last to the first to the right. To the left. We will fight. To the death. To the edge. Get out. Get out. Get out. It's a brand new world. It's a brand new world. It's a brand new world. Clear. What the fuck is that? Anything? I too believe in the light. Raise your hands to the sky. Toward the sun. Toward the sun. Toward the sun. Was one. To the right, to the left, we will fight. To the death, to the edge, on the earth. It's a brand new world. From the last to the first. To the right, to the left, we will fight. To the death, to the edge, on the earth. It's a brand new world. It's a brand new world. It's a brand new world. The war is won. The war is won. A brave new world.
We're millions of people, a culture of people, freedom, liberty, choice to have drugs used in a safer, better way than we have today.
What we're dealing with here is a total lack of respect for the law.
Your laws that take away our freedom of choice don't even offer safe use.
told me a big lie when they said that we got liberty. The only liberty I see is what they can do to you and me. I say our culture people want to be free.
As we march on for the fight for the millions of people's political rights, we want it legal. We want the liberty and freedom of choice. We want our rights. There's a war on and we must fight.
We're back live. Our studio live here is the number you call in if you want to talk or whatever is 1-617-606-3701. Now, we're here to do political work. I just wanted to entertain you people a little bit out there. I figured you, since we don't have too many people here right now, I'm new at this. Please forgive the recording and all that. But like I said, I'm new at this. And we got to get a little bit better organized. And I got to learn how to do all this stuff. So, but for political work, what we got going, we got some rallies and stuff like that. I was at one of the Mass Cans Board of Directors meetings, and I think they're talking about Camp Colebrook Music and Art Festival in Bear, Mass, from June 22nd to 24th. I don't know if it's official or what. I think there's something going on also in Salem, Mass. They got a cancer walk coming up. I think that might even be tomorrow. But this is our political work, and we're fighting for our liberty here, and we're trying to get you people organized. So basically, I want the show to develop. We need your help. You want to be a part of it, you call in. I give you another phone number you can call if you want. It's 781-771-4360. You call that 24 hours a day. You'll probably get a voicemail. Just leave a message. We'll get back to you. If you want to help in our cause to get our people's freedom. Everybody's trying to legalize it or decriminalize it, but there's not too many groups out there trying to politicalize it. Matter of fact, some of these groups I think were even formed by the DEA and stuff to try to find out who the drug users are and stuff like that. We'll start these groups and get them to sign up, and then they got all these people in there, and the people kind of took over them. So we're got a culture of people. And we should get our political rights. I mean, there's billions of people out there that party and stuff like that. Even alcohol, there's a drug. I mean, it's not being administrated safely. There's a better way. Like, you can put a little label on there, like a little barcode. You take a drink, scan it in your cell phone, just kind of scratch it off a little bit. And, keeps track of how much you're drinking, Go down the next little layer, scratch off the next little barcode. You get your own personal profile in there. I'll kind of warn you, if you get sick, you record it, and it'll tell you next time you get to that point, don't drink that last one. You get sick. It's a safer, better way to have these drugs administrated. I mean, the drug laws don't work. They were made to stop people from using them. If anything, there's more people using them. It's because it's not being done safely. People are getting addicted. They're getting overdosed. It's done without any knowledge. It's all done on the street. A lot of crimes controlling it. So there's a safer, better way. So that's why I started this political group. I figure instead of them trying to tell us, your people are sick, we're going to give you medical, I said, what? I mean, here's a plant that grows for free. I mean, if people smoke a pot, I mean, it's the safest drug there is around. I mean, it's even safer than peanuts. I mean, people die from eating peanuts. They don't die from smoking pot. I just want to say, and the harder drugs, I mean, people use them, and they get addicted to them. Some people don't, some people some of these drugs, that's kind of leery situation to get into the harder drugs because they're very dangerous. But why have crime control on them? I mean, if people are using them, I'd rather try to see them used safer than having no knowledge of them being used at all, and all of a sudden the person's dead, and there is a war. There's a war on our people. I mean, I've been battling this for years. I could give you a little history of myself. Go back generations and generations in the town I live in. I've been told I'm related to Abe Lincoln someplace along the line, so I guess I got the spark of liberty in me, and I want to see these people free. So I don't see many other people trying to organize our cultures for political rights. It almost seems like they're trying to just keep it, we'll say we'll legalize it, and we'll have these big rallies, and we'll make lots of money, and nothing happens. You get all these millions of people, and nothing happens. We're still criminals, it's still illegal, or decriminalized. It's now a civil matter. I mean, drugs are a medical thing. It shouldn't be a crime. It should be like a medical disease. You know, if you get addicted, it's a disease, and you shouldn't be thrown into prison because of it. You know, it's awful the way it happens, and it's for the money. Basically, they make a lot of money doing it. It's for slavery. I mean, you get somebody addicted to drugs, they're forced to buy it from their connection, and at the price they want, at the price they're charged. You know. They have no choice unless they find somebody else to sell them to them cheaper. I mean, it controls people's lives, and I think that's why they keep the laws, drugs legal, so people can't see how they know how they're used. You know. Let's see. We got any calls? Somebody call up. People said they're going to call, so I'll tell you the phone number again. It's 1-617-606-3701. I mean, we're here to talk about it. I mean, to find ways to do it, get our people political rights, get our freedom, get ourselves represented so we can have our own laws. You know, we're a culture of people made up of millions. We're all over the world. I've been to the UN trying to do stuff there. I was testifying at the State House a few weeks ago on medical marijuana. So, I tried to do my bit, but, you know, I know people out there support it and stuff like that. But the true activism is the people that stick their necks out and sometimes get them chopped off and get their legs broken, which happened to me. There's not too many of us out there. You know, there's Mike Cann, Steve Epstein, and stuff like that, and Bill Downing. He's been active in a long time, even though I tend to have conflicts with him. But there's a lot of people out there, but not too many true activism. So we need your support. We need people to show up and stuff like that. And beware, because some people try to discourage us from getting organized. You know, they'll push you off, and you gotta keep at it. You'll find other people that will help you. We're out there, and I'm one of them. And we need support. If you want to sponsor the show, we're looking for sponsorship. We'll be able to take credit cards pretty soon. Not over there, but, you know, we'll give you a number you call in, and we'll talk to you and stuff like that. We'll have rallies. I'll give you locations of rallies. We need all kinds of help. You know, we need people to get news reports and gather them up so we can, and party locations, good rallies to go to, marches. My can has them. And so does Mass Can. I had a couple of them. They have big rallies too. And I'm a member of them. It says, "Don't use our. Don't use our name." Well, I use their name because I'm a member, and I can say I'm a member, so I can use your name. So I'm not trying to steal money from you people. I support you. I paid my membership dues, and I do give extra money if I can. I had other people join up. You know. I helped them join up. I gave them some money. Hey, go join up. But basically, that's what we're doing here. I don't know really what else to say as far as what we can do to actually get it legal. I mean, it's like a brick wall. They get the power, but we get the people. Now, I was wondering, like maybe like that, the Freedom Rally or something like that. When we got all the millions, we all just get up in this kind of march on the State House. But I don't even think that would do it. You know, they're the ones that make laws. You know, we gotta get somebody. We gotta get our own people. Some of our own people in there to do that. You can vote for me. I'll do it. Or you can find, I even offer some of these people that are in some of these organizations to do it. And they say, we're not a political group. We can't do that. So I said, you're trying to legalize it, but you're not political. Well, we do political work, but we're not representatives. You know, we're the Center Information Resources Group. Makes me wonder about that too. And another thing, some of these groups, you know, I think they started up being run by the DA to find out who the people, you know, drug users are. We'll open a group saying we're for drugs, so the drug users can join up and we'll find out who they are. The only problem, they open them up, if they get so many people, and the people just took over the groups. So that kind of worked for us. But, you know, I still think they get their spies in there and stuff like that. So, and it's not legal to sell drugs. I don't endorse taking drugs. I mean, but people do use them, and I'm for their liberty. It's supposed to be a free country, freedom of choice. And by taking that freedom away, you're just giving giving it to crime and making slaves out of the people. Basically, that's what it's used for, slavery. That's the way I feel about it. I mean, I must be doing something that they want to stop, because they've been doing a number on me. I mean, I said they broke my leg in 2 places, and lied and said I put a bruise on one of them, and I spent 9 months in prison. They waited till after my leg healed. And I thought to myself, what kind of justice is this? A broken leg in 2 places, 9 months in prison for a bruise, which I didn't even put there. Now, isn't that some kind of corruption or something? I mean, what happened to freedom? I mean, I've been thrown out of prison just because they didn't like the way I looked at it. Claimed I was frothing at the mouth. I admit I do speak out a little bit, but I mean, there's no reason to start breaking people's bones and stuff. But they declared war, and I think I'm just one of the victims of their war. But times are getting better. I think the world's starting to realize, hey, these drugs can make people feel good. Why don't we administrate them safely and have them used to benefit life, I mean, I think it's a lot safer to know somebody wants to use them and try to help them use them to make them feel a little better, have a good time with them. I mean, some of the stuff you can do amazing things with it and feel great. I mean, it's like in heaven, but then you get the bad stuff when you come down off the stuff you feel like in hell. So, but you got to moderation and make people aware of what's going on with them and have them administrated safely. I mean, and some drugs you probably shouldn't use at all. It poisons the body right away, and you become right addicted, and it kills you. But it's people's freedom of choice. I mean, even alcohol is dangerous. It's a drug, and it'll kill you if you drink too much of it, and it has. I had friends die from it. And it's not being administrated or safe. Let's see, how much time we got left? Yeah, my beautiful DJ here.
You are just about done, man.
Yeah, well, so spark up the flame for liberty. Join us in the battle next week. I'll try to do a little bit better. We'll have more talk time and stuff like that, and hopefully you people call in. I'll get people to call in. I appreciate your time. We got a countdown. How many seconds? 2?
We're done. We're good.
All right.
That's it.
All right. See you next week.